Hello, future developers. So, welcome to the continuation of our data visualization course. Okay, so in our previous lesson, there's what we were able to do. Okay, do some plotting with some marker. Okay, changing the style of our marker and then the line and then the color of our line. Now, this time we want to actually label our axis. Okay, axis. Okay, so you have the legend label and then the title models in matplotlib. So let's get started by creating some values. Okay, so my first variable is x, and then I'll give it an np array. I'm going to give it a value of, let's use 0 comma 2 comma, so I'm going to pause and then just type them in. Okay, so I'm done typing. So I created a variable x, okay, and then I assigned it some values. Okay, that's an np array and there's a value. So another y, and then there's a value for the y, and another x. Okay, so we are plotting two lines in our graph. Okay, so these are the values. Okay, so now let's try and then plot it. So we're going to do plt dot plot. So plt dot plot, in the parentheses we'll do plot, so we'll do x comma y, sorry, x, yeah, x comma y, and then comma x2 comma y2. Okay, so let's run it and see what comes up. Okay, so we have this now. So now all I have to do is just to copy this. And then let's try doing some things here. So I'm going to paste this here. Then let's give it a marker. Okay, so comma marker. Remember, don't forget, sometimes I do type maker instead of marker. Okay, so remember you have the R there. And then we'll assign it. So our marker, let's give it a capital P, so a plus. Okay, and then I'll do plt.show, plt.show. Okay, so I think we didn't do plt.show for this. Yes, I would always advise you to add plt.show. Okay, even though it keeps like showing, but your last code, okay, should end with plt.show. Okay, so you can see with the plus, the marker capital P, we have the plus at the peak points. Okay, and by default, NumPy gives us some default colors. Okay, so you can decide to change the colors as always. So now let's try with the legend. Okay, or let's try with the label first. So the label is going to, we want our x and y axis to have a label. So our x axis will be labeled and then our y axis will be labeled. So all we can do is, let me just come somewhere here, and then I'm going to, okay, so it has a label. So let's do plt dot x label. So x label model. Okay, so it's not this x. Okay, it's just the has a label property. Matplotlib has a label property or model. So x label. So x label, I'm going to give it a value of, let's say, so what do we want our x to be? So let's use days. So days. Okay, and then my plt.y label, I'm going to give it, let's say, temperature. So temperature. Okay, so now let's run it and see what happens. Okay, so you can see we have the temperature for our y label and then the days for our x label. Okay, so now let's work on our, should we do legend first? Let's do title. Okay, so we would want to title. I remember in the junior high, these things were being marked. Okay, if you have your title, it gives you a score, the likes. So plt dot, let's use title. So title. So title would be, so my title is going to be, let's use weather. Don't worry, we can use any name. So I'm just being weather. So what happens here? Name plt is not defined. Okay, so plt dot title. Okay, so I think the PLT, I need to use small letter. Okay. Okay, so you can see now we have the weather. Okay, so I have a score for this, score for temperature, another score for this. Okay, so we are, yeah, doing well. Now let's work with the legend. So the legend is going to be something like a key. Okay, so plt dot, let's do legend. So legend in the brackets would put labels, and then the labels, let's say, so the month, I'm going to use, let's say, September, and then I would use, so I should be in quotes, so September in quotes. Then I'll use, let's say, June, July. Okay, so currently in Ghana here, our raining pattern or weather conditions has been changed because it should rain in June, July, but here we are in September and then it's raining like, um, it's just raining anytime it likes. Maybe this global warming is affecting us now. Okay, it's a global issue. So yeah, so September and then let's say, so I'm hoping December to have another raining, like rain. Okay, so December, and then outside of the parentheses, that's this one. I'll put a comma, and then we have location. So the location where we would want our legend to be, I'm going to give it a value of 9, and then let's see what happens. So when I right click, you can see we have it centered here because the value is 9 here. Okay, so you have it centered, and then this our legend, September, December. There's the rain pattern or graph. Okay, so if you look at the documentation here in matplotlib, you'll notice like you can use, so there's the location code. Okay, so if you want the string, you can use type strings or you can use um, numbers, numerals to actually get the location. So let's try using center or upper left. So to do that, okay, we want a string, so I'll put it in quotes and let's use upper left. Okay, so you can see it's moved. Okay, so you can decide to use what strings or numerals or numbers to help you with the location or positioning of your legend. Okay, so our legend is serving as a key for to help people identify what the graph or a line is referencing or trying to talk about. Okay, so that said, thank you for watching and then see you in the next lesson. Thank you.